In Chapter 39 of Yoga Vasistha, today we will discuss topics such as the body as a temple and natural objects as offerings, worship through duality, pleasure and suffering, the nectar of equanimity, and the chapter's conclusion. Welcome, my dear disciple, O Rama. As we sit together today in this profound space of supreme awareness, I'm asking you to just open your heart. You see, the spiritual truths we're going to explore today in this explainer are absolutely crucial. They are literally the ultimate keys to detaching from the mind's endless illusions and finally awakening to true salvation.
So here's our roadmap for this teaching. We'll begin with inner knowledge worship, then move on to recognize how the body is a temple, learn how to worship through duality, taste the nectar of equanimity, and finally wrap things up with the Canto 39 conclusion.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, the inner knowledge worship.
To find true salvation, Rama, we've got to completely abandon the illusion of external rituals. Instead, we must turn our gaze inward to what we call Chitakasha. This is the consciousness space. Now, don't think of it as some empty physical void, not at all. It's more like an infinite, pure expanse of awareness, right there inside your very heart. The true deity doesn't have a physical form, you see. The deity is this very formless awareness. Meditating here, that connects you with the eternal essence, something far, far beyond any idol carved out of stone or wood.
Because of this, the absolute truest form of knowledge worship requires a total renunciation of external things. Those physical idols and outward rituals we cling to, well, they're really just mental constructs, created by a mind that's hopelessly caught up in illusion. By realizing that the deity is pure, formless awareness, you immediately cut the cords, freeing your mind from material bondage. It's a real game changer on the path to liberation.
Moving right along to Section 2, the body is a temple.
Now, once we turn our focus to the Chitakasha within, a pretty miraculous shift occurs. Principle 1, which we find in verses 29 through 31, tells us the body is a temple and natural things are offerings. Think about what that actually means. When the formless deity resides directly in your heart, your physical body ceases to be just a mere instrument for worldly desires. Instead, it literally becomes the sacred temple of the divine.
So how do we apply this wisdom in everyday life? It's all about the surrender of our daily tasks. First, just perform your ordinary actions naturally. Eating, walking, breathing. Second, and this is absolutely key, detach your ego from the outcome. Always remember, you are not the doer. And third, offer the action directly to that inner consciousness space we just talked about. By simply getting the ego out of the way, every single breath you take transforms into a continuous, living ritual.
Which brings us to Section 3, worship through duality.
Living in this world means we are constantly confronting fluctuations. And that brings us to Principle 2, found in verses 35 to 37, worship through duality. By surrendering both pleasure and suffering, the mind is freed from its endless fluctuations. My disciple, listen closely. It is incredibly easy to offer our joy to the divine, right? But surrendering your deepest pain, well, that is the true test of self-knowledge.
Just consider the pairs of opposites we face every day. On one side, we've got pleasure, joy, success, and comfort. And on the flip side, we have suffering, pain, loss, and hardship. Now, to the ignorant mind, these seem fundamentally different, and they drive this endless, exhausting cycle of desire and aversion. But look through the lens of self-knowledge. Both are merely fleeting waves on the surface of a vast ocean. If you place them both equally at the altar within your heart, the mind's illusions simply dissolve.
Let's explore that deeper in Section 4, the nectar of equanimity.
Once duality is fully surrendered, you undergo a profound transformation. Listen very deeply to verses 54 through 57. Bathing in the nectar of equanimity dissolves the illusion of the mind and the world. It's like cool water on a scorching fire. The raging fires of worldly desires, our future anxieties, those heavy past regrets, they are entirely extinguished by this divine, cooling nectar.
Now, the absolutely crucial point here is that true equanimity, what we call samatha, is not numbness. I repeat, it is not some empty, unfeeling void. Actually, it's the complete opposite. It's the absolute perfect balance of the mind, completely undisturbed by the chaos of the external world. When you have samatha, you see the world exactly as it is, with supreme clarity, without being shaken by it in the slightest.
And possessing this equanimity allows you to truly experience raso vaisa. This is an ancient truth that beautifully translates to the essence is He. It reveals that supreme consciousness is the fundamental essence of all existence. You're not separate from the divine, Rama. No, you are entirely permeated by it.
Experiencing this sweet underlying essence, for sure, that is ultimate salvation.
Finally, we reach Section 5, Canto 39 Conclusion.
We now arrive at the beautiful culmination of these teachings with Principle 4. The final mandate of the canto, found in verse 63, is this: rest purely in the consciousness space, free from the mind's creations, and know yourself as the eternal truth. You see, when you apply all the concepts we've discussed today, you completely stop identifying with the fragile ego or this temporary physical body. You just rest firmly as the eternal truth itself.
So, pulling this all together, these steps form a complete, highly practical path to liberation. First, abandon material rituals and turn inward to the Chitakasha. Second, treat your physical body as a sacred temple. Third, surrender the duality of joy and sorrow equally. And finally, dwell endlessly in the supreme nectar of equanimity. This isn't just abstract philosophy, Rama. This is the very practice of salvation.
So I leave you, and all who seek the ultimate truth through this explainer, with a final profound contemplation. O Rama, has the illusion of your mind been fully pierced by the sword of self-knowledge? Have you truly recognized the infinite space of consciousness within your own heart? Meditate on this. Let these ancient truths echo within you until the fleeting world fades away completely, and only the eternal self